Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, whatever you are in the world. Thank you so much for being here. And Luna and I. Today's that third day where I am going to do my best to get all your answers for any question that you may have. And well, I allow people to know that I am alive, what they ask each of your higher self, you guys, to lead me, to guide me, and my higher self to take my consciousness aside so I can be a clear channel for unconditional love and pure source consciousness. So whoever is meant to be here, to be drawn to listen to this transmission, I'm not sure what I am going to channel today. So any ideas for something that you would like to hear? We're going to start with a little bit of light language while people know that I am alive. And type also your questions if you are in need of healing or any questions for you guys. I will be more than happy to do it. So I do have tomorrow on YouTube for the ones that are in the membership in YouTube, that you guys have access to exclusive videos, channelings, meditations. The majority there are meditations. I think I have uploaded like 120 something. Depending on the level that you choose, you have access to those part of the courses that I do. Things that just come out of the blue, but the majority there are meditations, channelings. You can access that for $2.99, but the way to access it is in my YouTube channel. It says join if you are on a computer, and it will explain. At the same time, the 7th of Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, I'm going to do a channeling for the Sirius Council of Life to receive healing and activation in preparation for Alliance Gate. So if you would like to participate, that is going to be free, available for all of you. Just have to log into the page like right now, and then look for the events and then sign in so you are notified when I am alive. And let me see, because there is a lot of light today in my room. Let me see if I have. Would you guys want me to start with light language or with your questions? Thank you all for being here. Okay, any light language that you would like to hear today? I think we're gonna start with light language so we clear the field of the channel, and then whatever questions or requests for healing, we can go on that. Hello everyone, please share or type your intentions for healing questions. Let me see if I have. Okay, I guess we can start with questions. Gabriel, any specific that you would like to ask beyond any message for me so I can help you better? The more specific the question, the better it is. Let me see. If no, I can tune into your aura. The audio is a little bit unclear. I turned the AC off, but it's the best microphones that I have. Maybe you can hear me with headphones because my voice seems to be low. Sounds good on your end, Georgina? Okay. Okay, Gabriel, let me start with you. I'm gonna ask your higher self. Work with your lower chakras. Your aura feels like you will serve you the most if you grant more. But at the same time, I think you're being taught the power of authenticity. So embrace all aspects of you. And most importantly, I think you guys would like to remind you that don't forget to smile, to just enjoy the day in life as it is. I think the most important thing we all could experience and physical is to be happy. So this is what coming true. I think the chakra that it will serve you to do a meditation or to work a little bit more is the root and the sacral. Mm, yes, I hope that helps. Let me see if is it anyone that you would like me to channel? Please type in. If not, I will go with the flow. Let me see who else had another question. I saw a question about a twin flame, but I can't find it. I can trust him, or I should we keep talking? Mm, okay, because when you read, I don't know if other people, but what I read, it's your energy right now, and your energy feels confused. If you feel you can trust him, take your time, but make sure you are not. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that in the best English I can. Try to discern if you're gonna trust him because you are comparing with what happened to you before, or because he's actually unworthy of your trust. I don't think the energy is clear yet. At least I cannot understand it more clearly than that. So take your time. Meanwhile, work with your lower chakras because trust is all about how safe we feel. Thank you so much for the stars. I hope that helps. Let me breathe, clear the channel. Then ask you guys, your higher self for support so the best answers can come through one way or another. A little bit better. Okay, thank you. Yes, I think she's clearing the energy. Thank you, Laura. Any message for my love life? Katuria, I think. Love life, whether we're in love with someone or we would like to get in love, I have learned, but I'm still learning though, I have to be honest. It begins with me. Is it a huge being in love? Whether you are inspired by someone else to feel that source of love? For me, it's like a powerful stream of magical, blissful sensations that sometimes is like exciting, passion, gentle, care, and playfulness, and many things all together, depending on the level of that huge stream of love we are tuning in. Normally, in this reality, we are used to have a partner in which we can feel that inspiration to open ourselves to have that love in our life. But it's not necessarily to have someone, it's just, I think, begins with myself, my heart, how much I allow myself to be in that love frequency. And that love frequency can come because I love what I do, because I love myself. Some people love the bodies and they're showing it everywhere because I love taking care of people, or some people love their garden. So whatever you love, start there. And that love normally will be mirrored for whoever is around us, whether that is our family, our partner, or whoever we manifested. So if we would like to have more love in our life, this is what I have learned. It begins with me. And then whoever I manifested to be next to me is going to be just a reflection of what I am already giving to myself. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I think it's gonna be about twin flames today. Vanessa Pereira, do I have a twin flame? And everyone is talking about that. I'm gonna explain what I have learned, but I keep learning. I remember that I did a 2 years ago, I think a twin flame, and then my friend and client asked me, Gretel, do you think it's just one special one, or do we have many? And I really didn't know, and I said like, I don't know. I think it's just we have one special one. But now that time passed by, I have learned that we have many special ones. It's not just one Prince Charming that we can manifest it. We can have many. And those many, sometimes we'll have the calming ones, the channeling ones, the teacher ones, the fire ones that come through passion and ecstasy and all kinds of different alchemies that we can have with a soul. It could be a soul in the spiritual, it could be a soul in physical. It depends. Some people decided to have those twin flame. For me, it's just a connection with a special soul that you choose in this life to be your special one, to have that intimate, loving exchange of love. Sometimes that flame of love can be very passionate, very Kundalini rising, and then it's all about the fire, the flame of the love. But sometimes it's more like brothers, like siblings, that they're even married to other people, but they just love each other, but more like I care for you, but I don't feel that flesh burning for you. I just feel like a love that is hard to explain. Sometimes that love comes in a form of your guides that are your soulmates that decide to be with you as a part of the spiritual realm to provide support. So I think I have figured out that a twin flame is just a connection that we can activate it or not anytime. Normally, it's hard to deactivate it because we have certain things we preset we want to experience. And if you have that experience as a preset that you want to, like I do, because I have tried to cut my course before, it was so hard because in my case, our auras match so greatly that we feel like equals in different vessels. Does that make sense? Like, for example, if I'm too open, the other person is going to be very close. So we mirror being opposite, but at the same time being equal. So it's hard to explain. And then that similarity makes us feel so drawn to each other because it feels like if you have found an aspect of you that it was lost and that it has so many colors. Sometimes you feel triggered, sometimes you feel loving, sometimes you feel peaceful, sometimes you feel impatient. It has so many different areas that we can heal when you have a twin flame connection. The twin flame connection, the ultimate goal for my guides, maybe other people had different perceptions. In my case, it is to unconditional love. But unconditional love is not about we have to have kids, we have to live in Paris, we have to work together as leaders in the light. It's about I love you no matter what, without expecting anything from you. And I think this is the most important teaching in a twin flame connection. Twin flames connection now, they don't come to clear karma or those things. Of course, you will have a little bit of degree of karma, but it's like you are building, and I and all of us, a new archetype of a relationship where you can be protected without being suffocated, that you could be hurt without being told what to do, that you can be loved without the obsession, and all of those things, like finding a love, a care, a protected, a relationship that you can be connected, but not that attached that you need that person, but that you are at the same time and very commingled together in the same goals and beliefs and ideals. I hope that makes sense. That's why it is hard. At least it's hard sometimes because it's intense. Because twin flame connection, it's not a connection like you have with a soulmate. It's not a better or worse. It's just a different. In a soulmate connection, you love each other, and sometimes a soulmate connection, it gives you the opportunity to have more balanced partnership because you don't feel that much. But in a twin flame connection, your feelings blended, and sometimes you don't know if it's your feeling or the other person feeling, or is that mine or yours, or is it both together? And that intensity goes in different degrees, in the degrees that you can channel each other, you can speak telepathically, you can feel, you instantly know if that person is afraid, and then your aura instantly come and hold that into love. This is what the true twin flame connection is. But because we are humans, we choose different expressions of what a twin flame connection can be. Some people have it with the alien form, some people have it with a human, some people have it in the physical, and for me it is the ideal because I'm human and I want to feel everything, not just a spiritual soul connection. But it goes in degrees. It goes in degrees, and I had a session with a twin flame couple that they have, I think, like 25 years together, and it was so beautiful that I said, I want to have a relationship like that, because I was not sure if I was talking to her or him because they were so connected that they actually became one, but in a female and in a male body. Does that make sense? So I think this is what is the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. We all have it. If you want it, Vanessa, you can do a meditation and then activate that. But many empathic people can handle the degree of feeling that you can feel when you have that twin flame activated with you, because it can be overwhelming. Let's say that you are at peace and that your twin flame has an anxiety, and then you instantly start having anxiety because of something is happening to someone else's. So you have to have a degree of expansiveness and love and patience to go and hold the other person with patience, caring, because it is another aspect of us that it feels separated but connected at the same time. I think this is the best way that I can explain it in my side. So yes, everyone can have a twin flame connection if you want it, but not everyone chooses to have one because of the degree of sensitivity. And normally empaths were used to shield. I don't want to feel this toxic, this wound, this negative. Ew, no, I want to have my space, right? But being open to feel the emotions from other persons, we're not used to. And I think that is the legacy and the practice for a twin flame connection. We begin with two, but in New Earth, we're going to feel everyone. So together, we go gradually. And I think the best advice that I can give for everyone that would like to have one, it is send love to that person. It's going to come whenever it's meant to for the highest good of everyone. Be patient and surrender to your own experience, because we all unfold a different kind of type of twin flame connection. There is just not one archetype. There are many according to the needs of those souls. But it's beautiful. It's heavenly. I don't think I have words to explain. It's just a different kind of relationship that goes beyond any expectations about what you could have or create with someone. It's a beautiful thing when it comes in balance and in equilibrium. But I think key it is that we both have to be willing to walk at the same pace next to the other, kind of like a pack, and then being patient and then going with the flow little by little. I hope that helps. Let me see if I have any other questions. Gabriel, I think I already answered yours. Let me go. Thank you, Robin. Can you ask my guides if I am in the correct path as a light worker? Is there anything else that I can improve? Yes, you are in the right path. You can work with your solar plexus, work with trust, confidence, and your own authenticity. So you strengthen your own connection with your guides that are you, and you can identify what is the uniqueness that is the gift for all of us. I hope that makes sense. Let me clear the channel a little bit. I know my sessions are healing, even though I'm not doing healing. I will work on those chakras. Yes. Becilda Carmona de las Rosas. Any messages for me? I was just in the ER yesterday. Yes. There is a simple practice you could do. Obviously, you're healing something between your heart and your throat. I'm not sure why you ended in ER, but it feels like it begins in your emotional body. Your emotional body, I think it is adjusting to expand your consciousness so you can hold more light. So a best way that you can do to help your body to be open so you can receive more light in balance, it is remember to be aware when you exhale instead of when you breathe, just when you exhale. That is no pattern that you need to follow, see light, invoke anyone. Just put like a sticky note on your phone or in your refrigerator or anything. And then whenever you can, remember to sense the air slightly as it goes out. So you practice feeling comfortable with what enters and what releases. When you are aware about what you exhale, you are actually cleansing your aura. This is a very practical way to cleanse your aura that you can do if you are in the mall, in Walmart, in the bank, in your work, watching Netflix with your kids, in a Thanksgiving dinner with your family. Another technique it is to pay attention into your tailbone and then sit straight. When you are like this and you instantly strengthen yourself, you instantly rectify your whole aura. And that single movement rectify your lower chakras because someone who felt supported will stand up straight. But someone who feels unsupported will sit trying to cover themselves because it feels not safe. So if you are being triggered by someone or do you feel that tightness or that stress, instantly go back to your back and say, okay, what is the position of my body? And rectify it. In 2 seconds, you realign your whole aura. I hope that makes sense. Let me drink a little bit of water. Yes, Arlene, I would love to do a message for you. Thank you so much for being you. First thing I'm seeing for you, it is stay positive in front of challenging persons or situations. The second card, it says, cherish every moment in life. And that third card that I am receiving it is, don't forget to ease yourself, to slow down sometimes and catch up so you can recharge. I think you give all the time. And if you stay positive, if you cherish whatever happens, but at the same time allow yourself to stop and integrate, I think you're going to find balance with whatever is happening in your life. Vanessa Rodriguez, will love come into my life? Yes, it comes, but actually you have to tune into love first because it says like, um, I need money, but I don't go to the bank or I don't go to the ATM to withdraw money. Yes? So we do have some physical actions in order for us to be tuning to those energies. And we do those things. It is like creating a pocket for the energy to come through. So tuning to love, tuning to the love of your heart, into the love of yourself, and be aware about in what aspects you are not loving yourself enough, that you feel like unconsciously lacking of love. We all have those things. Don't worry about it. It is not judgment. And the more in love you are with yourself, with your life, the more you will manifest others to come into the same frequency of equilibrium in love. I hope that makes sense. I move a little bit. It's kind of like a yes for my guys. Let me see. Let me clear a little bit. Okay, Antoinette, do you have any messages for me, for my higher self? Yes. Focus your energy toward your intuition rather than the drama that it is around. I hope that helps. Georgina Yañez, nice to see you. What guy is working with me in this time and messages? You have angels right now. I don't know if it is because you are healing, but it feels like you are building collaborations and those beings feel angelic. First one that I saw, it was Michael, and then I see Gabriel, and then I see Archangel Raguel. Raguel has the aquamarine light, and this is the Archangel of creations. Yes, creations and expressions. I saw you doing things with your hands. I don't know what you are doing, but when you are doing things with your hands, you are actually channeling light through your hands into whatever things you do. I hope that makes sense. I cannot see what you do, but I'm seeing you doing things. And when you do that, you channel instantly, and then angels come through and assist you. Let me see. Let me see if I have any new messages. Thank you so much, Short Stars. Yuli, I appreciate the support. I would love a message today. I asked for a Roman person. I think I can do a transmission. I did one with Sadkiel Monday. But I think I can do another one right now while I have more questions. Okay, I feel the angels already coming. So let's all tune into love. Please place your attention on your seat bone, like the way I told you before. Make sure that your back is straight. When your back is straight, every chakra is able to communicate with each other and they can work in concert. If you feel guided, put your hands on your heart. I'm going to ask for all the beings of light that are meant to be here today, our soul family, our guides, our ascended masters, our angels, our beings for the stars. I'm going to ask our higher selves to lead. And I'm going to ask for whoever it is the most loving guide that can come through today. And I'm going to ask you to breathe
being very conscious about your heart. And when you exhale, pay attention about the releasing. And do that. To have Romance angels today. Te ishka toro oseki ishka te iki ina. These angels looks like fairy angels. They have that happy, joyful, playful, a little bit of sassy energy. And all I can see is beautiful smiles. I can also see as if they move my cheeks so I can smile. Their eyes look so shiny, as if they are made of pure crystalline light. They have curly hair, yes, copper, gold, maroon, golden. One had pink hair, purple, blue, all colors. They look like kids that have like 4, 5 years old. Meta architero soro tire ishkati isekateki ishkati iki ina. I am Serafina, and I am not a romance angel, but I wanted to speak today. This is going to be a love transmission. I am going to look like an 8-year-old little girl. I have long hair that reaches to my knees. My hair is wavy and it looks like pure gold that goes down, down, and blended with my beautiful lavender gown that I have. And I do have a crystal in my hands. It's an amethyst crystal. You can imagine, if you want to, that I'm going to put it inside of your heart. And as you place your attention on your heart, as your out breath goes out, you're going to release anything that stops you from having love in your life, romance, partnership, friendship, because love can come in any forms. So make sure you are comfortable. Adjust your body. Each of your guides are with you, and you yourself will give instructions for all of these romance angels. Te eshka toro o sara tiriki ishka ti iki ina. Tune into the light of your heart. Ta ashka tere ese te iki ishka ti iki ina. Allow yourself to open it, open it, open it. Ti ishka ti mase ti iki ishka ti ina. Slightly touch with your senses the out breath as it goes out. Ishka tira asera atramare iki ishka. Ora va viha vava iti ishka ti ise iki ina. Feel the gently light in very loving. Ti ishka pura trasemira asemazuru uziashgina. Misi haviviara atra usuru, mi esa avivi itikush ama itina. Haviviana ta aso iti iki ishka. Allow yourself to tune into every sound, every movement, every sensation. And everything is going to play on your favor. It's going to help you to keep your connection. Te ishka toro ose te iki ishka ti ina ase te iki ishka. And anything that you would like to attract into your life, Send waves of love from the amethyst crystal that it is in your heart, and let it grow, wave, slowly and gently, magnetizing the essence of love into your life, anchoring the light. All what you deserve and all what you give come back to you. Ti ishka tera ase ti iki ishka ti ina. Mi ne ti iki ina. Mate iki ishka. Ti isa uki iti ishka. As you place your attention, the amethyst in your heart, consciously feel your outward breath and ground. Now we are complete. Thank you, love you, bless you. We are going to be around. Te ishki ti isa te iki ishka. That was good. I think we could use the same technique to manifest things. I just sort of felt like if placing your attention on your heart and finding stillness and steadiness in whatever way or form, it feels like a magnet to attract whatever that we desire to have, whether that it is a new profession, peace, romance, abundance, guidance, more openness. That was lovely. I'm gonna have to draw that. Let me see. Glenda Ray, message in general for me, please. Yes. Trust the guidance of your heart. Love is key, and allow yourself to retune into the simplicity. Sometimes we complicate things because somehow we believe that we're going to get more benefit from, but things don't have to be complicated. Let me clear and ground. Let me see. I had a dream within a dream. I have those things, darling. There was a man lying beside me. I thought I knew him. He was white, older, with white hair. He was sleeping beside me. I thought I had a message. He only ate with eyes closed. Is a soulmate of yours that I don't think you met him in this life, darling, but I think you have other lives with that connection. It's a love and soulmate connection, and I feel like he just wanted to show love and appreciation. I sort of feel it right here, in the presence. I think he just cared for you and trouble. Okay, what's coming to it is he's gifted like you, and he's alive in other timelines, but in this life, you didn't know him in human form. But in other lives, you are connected. And he sort of wanted to visit you and share love and kindness, like support. This is things that we do at the soul level. We don't always remember. But this is what comes through. I hope it helps. And you can call him Matthias if you want to. It's the name that came true. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna clear the field. Let me see. It all begins with me. It all begins with me. Yes, it does. Gabriel, I wonder both of those things. Thank you so much. Yes, it feels like both. It feels like you are not ready to trust, but you have to let go of the past. I hope that helps, Gabriel. It happens to all of us. And actually, we have to have a huge level of courage to open your heart when we have been wounded before, but it's worth it. Trust me. Thank you so much, darling. I love you. Mm, you can connect with him because he's in human form. He can assist you. The guys that don't have a human form, sometimes they cannot empathize with our own challenges. So the guys that are connected to this planet are the ones who can benefit us the most. That's why our ancients always communicate with elementals and fire beings and all the kingdoms of Gaia, because they can feel the same challenges and intensities and struggles that we do feel, and at the same time it's easy to bond. I hope that makes sense. Let me refresh and let me give you, I had a dream a long time ago. I'm gonna refresh this a little bit. I had a dream a long time ago when I was in Andromeda. In my dream, I was kind of like when you go into a wedding and then they had the circle tables and then it was lots of themes, and then I was in, it looks like a theater, and I was there and so many others, and we were being interviewed, and the beings there looked very drag queen. I could not tell if they were male or female, and they were so extravagant that I was like, oh, that's so cool. Very shiny and like with hats and feathers and things like that. They look human, but very outstanding human type. Exotic, mm, yes, kind of like drag queen style, shiny makeup lover, jewelry things, and I remember that the only thing that I remember it is that when it was my turn to speak, they asked me, "How do you feel when you are afraid?" We don't have that here. We have never been afraid. We are just connected to source and all that it is. So we would like to know your experience and learn from you. And I was like, I don't remember what I reply about what being afraid felt, but I remember that when I woke up, I said, oh, so people that, I mean, not people, beings that don't know what it feels to be wounded, traumatized, afraid, and love, excited, may have that desire, may be eager to experience. And I think this is why we come here into this plane. So we can recognize every aspect of us, even if that aspect make us feel paralyzed in fear or sad or eager to something new. And I think all those changes is what make ourselves evolve as a soul, and why we do choose this type of reality when you can be dark and light and all in between. And I think higher guides learn from us and we learn from them, and then everything it is connected. Because for me, I try to imagine what that will feel like. And then I said, okay, if I pretend that I am one of those beings, it will be like being in stillness 24/7. But in this reality, it will be boring. Because let's say that I am driving and then some person is driving reckless and then stood in front of me. My normal reaction is just to get, ah, what are you, right? Or react on something. But if I will have that kind of level of neutrality, I will be like, it's all good. It's all connected. So we're not there yet. But in other planes, they have that because they have that connection in that degree that there is no need probably to experience those things, but we experience them from them. so they can understand in the level that they are. Does that make sense? I don't know if sometimes my English explains, so I'm gonna try to rephrase it. I don't think guys are better than us or higher dimensions. They're just different than us. But they need us because it's sort of like we do the experimentation phase of what they integrate and transcend. And we have certain degree of integration and transcended in this plane, but lots of things we do, we have no idea the benefit that have all around the galaxy. Like for example, I was listening to Bashar once, and then someone asked, "Do you guys have TV?" For the ones that don't know Bashar, he is a being from the future, high four-dimensional being from the future, from the race of the SSNE, that comes here and is channeling from Darrow. I forgot his last name. So they were saying, "No, we don't have TV. We watch you guys and learn from you." And then everyone laughed. So higher dimensionals watch all things we do, and they learn, and they have the capacity, the integration to have the awareness, and then to integrate the experience in such a way we channel from them, and then we anchor, and then it's sort of like a circle of knowledge that goes in and out. Does that make sense? All the information that we source for them comes from our own experience, but in a form and a representation of the higher mind, when we can sort of understand that bigger perspective. I hope that makes sense. Let me drink a little bit of water and see if I can go through more questions. If I miss your questions, please type it again. So everything will have a reason to be. I just want to confirm my race is Andromedan or Atlantean or Draconian. I think you have all of them, Jean, because every race we feel drawn to, we have it in our own soul. We're not just one. We're not any race. We are source. And then primordially, we are humans because this is the body that we have. But then we have soul connections with any other races. And normally the first life will live in the galaxy. For me, represents my essence from the galaxy. So I can say that I am a Syrian, or that I am a Pleiadian, or that I'm a Arcturian, that I am Draconian, but we are all of them. If I could see your picture clearly or your astrology sign, I can confirm what will be your essence. Yoon, if you are still there, please type it. If anyone would like me to do with the birthday or the astrology sign, I can confirm the path and the stars that tell your story in the galaxy. Thank you so much. Appreciate the stars. Let me see who else. Thank you. Thank you, Bernie. I'm grateful too. Yes, me too. Let me see. Mayra Vasquez. My dad, for years, he always dreams fights either snakes or dogs. He's in the hospital. He felt. Yes, he is. He is learning something, and those snakes and dogs are a representation of the protection that he is doing at the energy level for the ones that he loves. So it's nothing that he must be afraid. It's sort of like entering in a video game. And then January 24. Okay, what is your astrology sign? It said Aquarius. Sorry, but when I'm channeling, math doesn't make sense to me. It feels like those streams are created for their guides, so he can protect and play and learn something that is nothing. It's sort of like an illusion thing. It's nothing wrong. Grateful I'm able to meet my twin flame in this life. Okay, all are correct. You can meet that person in this life, but first of all, you can connect with the higher plane, and that other person is going to have angels, start being human, and all versions of you. Aquarius, okay, look, okay. Aquarius are mermaids. That's a fact, right? All Aquarius, all Pisces are mermaids as a fact. In your case, what's coming to you, it is Andromeda comes to be like your essence from the galaxy, but from a water, yes, from a water being. A water being that in this case, rather than be like mermaid alike, like the ones like Little Mermaid, it's more like a galactic being of light that is a shape shifter and change form. But at the same time, you have Cassiopeia, Pegasus, and Messier and Andromeda. And then you jump into this circle, and then what it is coming, it is you have Draconian, you have Zeta Reticuli, and from the Zetas you have two. You have like lower and higher. The higher are like white Zeta, and then the lower are like four dimension, and they look like grapes. And then you have a little bit of, okay, reptilian, Sirius, Pleiades, Orion, and then you have timelines mm, in Taurus, but those looks like mantis beings. The more lives you have had, it's in Andromeda. So I think we could say that Andromeda, it will be your essence from the galaxy. I think next time I will do that because it's something that I'm practicing. When I do the drawings for the soul reading, I do the star chakra from the galaxy, and I love to do that. Many stories came true because they shared to me, like from the Martian that I posted today. I did not post the whole thing, but they share we were in war, this was happening, and then in this life we learned this. I'm working in another from Mars, and they say that they were an alchemist, that they could learn the power of the mind so they could change form. They were a peacekeepers, but they actually learned to transform like metal from gold and all of those things. This is something that I am doing now with the drawings, and I love it. I love it because I learn things that I did not saw before. Another that I'm doing that is coming true that it is for Orion. It's a romantic story, and I love it because I'm gonna say very quickly. This was a mermaid and could change form, but she was abducted for, I think, they look like dragons, but like bad dragons, probably draconian beings. And because that mermaid could change form, she sort of ended looking like a monster too, because she got bitter. And then another king rescued because they sort of had like an agreement because the mermaid ended being like a witch. Yes. Witch. Yes, like a witch. And then she helped the king, but they got married. But because the king was very gentle and loving and patient, even though she looked like a monster, she ended transforming herself, going back to her original form. This is something that I'm doing in a drawing, and I thought it was so romantic and beautiful, and how monsters that make us afraid is sort of just like a appearance. What she was showing to me, it was the appearance about the monster thing. It was not because her real you, but it was like the wounded aspect of her, and at the same time it was like a form of protection. So my reflection it is how many judgment we have against the persons that represents like our monsters and physical, and I'm still working on it. That's why some drawings took like a long time, because they sort of are alive. Okay. Virgo, Christine, you're Cyrus, Essence, you have Pleiadians. Virgos are the ones who have like every single race, the majority. They sort of are like all over the place. Mm, Cyrus, Pleiades, you have the three Sirius, A, B, and C, and then you have Pleiades, and then you have Lara, and then you have Orion and Andromeda, and mm, okay, you have Maldak and yes, Maldak. Okay, I didn't want to say, but I was forced to do it. And Mars, you have those. Okay, guys, say yes. But if you would say that you will have an essence, it will be serious. Okay, yes. Let me see. What is my first lifetime race? Well, I can confirm with the birthday or your astrology sign, Coco, but mm, and on Earth or in the galaxy? Because on Earth, what is coming true, it is like for a long, long, long time, you were in the kingdoms of Gaia. You felt like you were a fairy being, and then you were like tree, and then you were like an animal. Not everyone has that. Not everyone has like animal life, I think, but you do. And then you have like beings that are under Gaia, like Bigfoot. I forgot the name. Yes. It feels like you are one of the ancient souls in Gaia and humanity, because what they are showing me is like very ancient spirits, even before humans were around. Even you have dragon form. They are not showing me anything about the galaxy, but all I see is green. Yes, I hope that makes sense. I guess you are connected with the emerald green flame because they go back to the green again, and then I'm seeing like lots of trees and grass. This is what I'm seeing. So if you don't feel connected to the kingdoms of Gaia, try to expand yourself a little bit more to see if you can reconnect with those roots about the trees. The trees go back, the trees, the crystals, the plants, the spirits of Gaia. In the beginning, there were like four type of spirits of Gaia. Mm, and it felt like you were a shape shifter. I don't know the names of the others. I don't know. I can recall. Yes, they're not given to me. But it felt like at the beginning you were one of the first mm, souls that split from the imagination of Gaia as a spirit of Earth and as a shape shifter. You could, in ancient times, those beings were summoned as gods because they had the capacity to change form. Like when you see numbers all over, because guys have that capacity actually to create miracles, synchronicity, so we can believe. And you had that capacity at that time, but you have it in your soul. I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate. Stephanie, don't forget to smile and to have fun in your life, to have fun and cherish every moment and create those moments when it can be fun and relaxing and just going back into the simplicity. We don't have to do something special to be happy. Joanne, any message for you guys? Yes. I think you have wounds in your heart that you are healing. And so don't forget to self-care is no luxury, so don't forget to take care of yourself. Lots of love and gentleness and ease. So any wound you may have is going to be gone. Thank you so much. Question. Of course, Lee. Anything shared from my Telosian self will be appreciated. Yes. Focus your energy towards your intuition rather than drama. Mm, Go back to basics. It feels like it's time for you to go back to your basics, your roots about who you are. Don't get engaged with the noise of the world outside of you and go back to the simplicity and the core of light within yourself. Treat yourself as a sacred lighthouse that you are and honor that. But the more that you go back to that roots that you have, I don't know what they mean, you're going to be able to find that balance in this new aspect of you. I hope that makes sense, Lily. Let me clear a little bit the channel. I just want to confirm my race, Andromedan Yoon. Let me see. Oh my god, I have so many guys here. I'm so thirsty. Okay. Coco, I got it. You have Maya. Mayan. That will be, that's why they show me green and green and green and green. You are Maya, but from the Mayas that came from the galaxy. I don't know where they're coming from. No, they're not showing that to me. It feels like a faraway place. You you have that, and you have Arcturian. You have a little bit of reptilian. Yes. Good and bad. Dragons. And you have Orion. You also have timelines in Pleiades and Sirius. Yes. I hope that helps. I would love some energy to be able to change. Try to work with Jemmy. Try to tune into being more grounded. I don't know if you still live in the same place, but run more, have peace. I feel like you're learning to surrender without judgment to what it is. And as soon as you are able to cross that line, you're gonna be able to change that reality. But remember that I don't remember who says that, but what we resist, it persists. So the less you resist into where you are, the more you're going to be able to find a way to change into a different situation. I hope that helps. But I'm gonna send all my love so you have the guidance and the support that you need. Gemini, okay, Stephanie, normally Geminis are Orions by essence. Orions are very connected with Pleiades. They sort of feel kind of like a twin flame things. Orion and Pleiadians are normally very connected, even though sometimes they are very opposite. But this is what came, that comes through. I think you have, I don't remember the names of the stars, but you have like 5 main stars in Orion that you have been. I think one is Rigel, and then it's Vintaka, and then another, I think it's Anilam, Akilam, and there is other that I don't remember. But if you Google the constellation of Orion and Google whatever that comes through, those will be. But each of them have like a different vibration that teach you something, and your healing abilities and your empathic, your caring side comes from that aspect of you from Orion. Faye, for you, it's coming water, water, dolphins, whales, very Syrian alike. Mm, your soul even looks like, I mean, right now when I'm tuning to you, you have like a dolphin shaped form. So I don't know if you're connected to water, but try to explore that water side to see if that resonates with you. Natalie, is that your birthday? 18/8? Okay, that Leo is actually not connected to Lara, but is also connected to Sirius. It's all Sirius. It's Christ consciousness, Ra collective, Egypt, Sumeria. They have a strong influence of Anunnaki, Phoenicia, Mesopotamia, all of those ancient building creator roots. A little bit of Vegas coming through. Yes. I hope that helps, but very lion-alike. I would love any message, Natalie. I would love any message for my new project with Mandela Books from Canada. Go for it, channel your light. You'll be supported, and I wish you the best. Georgina, April 6th, Aries. Okay. Okay, for you comes Antares is the first essence that comes through. Antares, Arcturian. Yes, you have a little bit of Pleiadian and Sirius too. And lots of connections with the elemental kingdom. The mystics, the druids, shamans, the witches, the wizards, lots of spirits of Gaia. It feels like you have lots of lives in your soul, very connected to that part of creation of Gaia. And times where Earth was all into magic and wizardry and all those things, that it could be physical, like ancient times probably. It feels like you had many, many lives there. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. I have time for 3 more, whoever comes through. And then I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your stars. When I can, I'm gonna be doing galactic readings. I'm going to change the services for August. So this is the last days for the ones that requested my personalized code, blueprint, and the combo that I have for discount. I'm gonna have the services. I'm not sure what's coming to you, but I'm going to add a little bit of charts on it, code with charts, and then at the same time, it's coming that healing divine masculine. That it's a lot of uncertainty. I don't feel safe. I can trust. And that wounded divine masculine, it's eager to receive light and healing and balance. So I'm going to next personalized codes are going to be all about healing that divine masculine and that divine feminine. I'm going to create special meditations for that after the Lion's Gate. Okay, Libra, I think I told you before that October 16 for you, it's very Pleiadian. Very, very, very. And you are sort of connected with Sirius, Arcturus, and Orion, kind of like in the middle. But, but I would dare to say that Pleiadians is your essence. I hope that makes sense. Cancerians, Joan, normally are Larans by essence. The majority of them. They have all kinds of different connections, like very connected with Arcturus and Pleiades and Earth, but mainly they will be lions. Mm. Angie is asking that having a lot of people losing loved ones coming to me out of nowhere. Mm, a lot of souls, we are in transition times, like always in this point. A lot of people is choosing to transition and they born again into a more ease reality. And at the same time, it's meant to because at this time I feel like we are changing our physicality so we can hold more light. And it's part of the process that we are all doing as a human beings. Mm, I know it's hard when we lose someone because it's like a part of you die. I mean, a friend, a family member, but at the same time, there is no sort of we cannot see that person anymore because at a soul level we are still connected. It's just the way that we connect is a different form. So from a figure perspective, if you can channel them and give them messages so they can find peace in their hearts, that is a lovely thing. I think you are being pushed to explore your mediumship because the ones that are left on earth we need time to adjust. When you die, I was seeing myself in a dream that when I die in this life, I'm gonna be so joyful because I'm going to reunite myself with all my loved ones. And I'm going to see. I saw that. Mm, so my twin died first, and that he comes for me, and then I know that I'm gonna die, but I'm happy and I'm ready to go because I already learned all the things that I needed to learn and shared all the things that I needed to share. And then I saw my grandfather and my grandmother and my grandpa and many others and my guides. And then those reunions as a soul are a celebration because we're not in separation anymore. We are relieved from the burden of reality, and then we can go back into heaven and source. So I think we should be happy for them. But for the ones that are left on earth, we need a little bit of time. It feels like there is a sign for you, Angie, to explore mediumship a little bit more, or how you can help all those friends to find comfort and ease while they heal that sorrow. I am going to do one more. Let me see if there is someone that I haven't read. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate it so much. You are at work. Yes. One thing you could do if you would like to change your work, it is send love and be grateful because without that job, you probably wouldn't have the capacity to pay your bills. So even though sometimes we don't like to be in those situations because they may be toxic or a lot of gossiping or anything, it must be something good. That's why we are there. Another thing that I want to say before I leave, it is that through warriorship, light worker, it's not because I will do light language or I will channel or I will draw. It's not about that. It's about feeling triggered and having the courage to bring peace. It's about feeling afraid and being brave enough to go through. It's about feeling anxiety and having the capacity to stay calm and say, I got this. It's about feeling insecure and turn that strength in self and said, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, even though all the current is against you or whatever. it's about those moments when we feel weak and we still do our best. And doing our best, it's enough. Because I think true spiritual warrior, it is proof in those moments of weakness. And something that I was guided in the morning, that I was advised, true strength comes from when we feel weak. It's not because I could do these things, or because I'm strong, or because I'm powerful or beautiful, or if I have money, or because I can control people, or I speak beautiful. It's not about that. True strength comes from not controlling the things that happens around us, because you are strong enough to know that you're going to be okay, that one way or another things are going to work out for you. And because we can have the capacity to still be positive, to still go every day and say, you know what? I'm going to ascend one way or another. I'm going to find my twin flame one way or another. I'm going to manifest all things I want to. I'm going to build this community that I want to do. I want to manifest my book of mandalas. Having that willingness to go for it every day, even though things may be toxic, this is what really represents being true warriorship. Not because whatever you can channel or whatever. It's not about that, because that is easy, guys. We can meditate and then it's heaven. Oh my God, it's heaven. But what is not easy for us is really when we prove, when we expand. It's in the shadow where we grow and we evolve. So don't disregard those triggers. Little by it's okay to get upset and scream and said, fuck it, it's okay. But little by little, one day or another, we're gonna find a way to bring awareness inward and to make it work for ourselves and for everyone else. So keep being positive, keep working out, don't drop and fall into the negativity. Whatever you feel you should do, go for it. And if you don't know what to do, don't do anything. And said, God, I have no idea what you want from me, but I trust you will guide me. And I think that is enough. So when I thank you for being with me these 3 days, whenever the Lionsgate and everything pass out, I'm gonna pause so I can keep doing more galactic readings. I think I could do with that. But next time I'm gonna ask you to share your picture, or your birthday, or your astrology sign, so I have a little bit more information. I can be more accurate. And for the ones that are with me in the membership, tomorrow I'm going to post the energy work for the month of August. That comes very beautiful and intense. And it's a great opportunity for us to channel. Thank you so much for your support, for your stars. And the ones that are with me in the Lionsgate course, we're gonna be live the 7th, 9 a.m. Saturday Pacific time. And after that, I'm gonna send the material, guys. I already have it ready. I was putting it together, and I hope you will like it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. See you next Saturday, 7 a.m. Pacific time, the 7th. Bye-bye.